One of the most important things as you get a mortgage is your credit score. But then people always ask, well, how can I improve my credit score? And why is it so important? Well, let me begin here with why it's so important. Just know this: to get a conventional loan with less than 10% down, you almost always need to have at least a 700 or 720 FICO score with less than 10% down. And so if you don't have 10% down and your score is 680, we're probably going to go FHA with you. And there's a couple downsides to FHA. One, you're going to have more expensive mortgage insurance to pay for the life of the loan. And second, it will be harder to get you under contract on a home because sellers don't like borrowers with an FHA loan. So I'm going to give you 7 tips, that can really make a difference with your credit scores if you actually do them. The first one, like I've just seen just in this last week again, with 2 different clients. They each have different medical collections. Like one of them, he had 5 medical collections, totaling I think $600-700. And I told him what to do a year ago, told him he needed to get these paid off. Here's why. Each collection agency was reporting that collection as a new 90-day late against him every month. And as long as that continues, his credit score will not improve. Second, the goal is to have balances on only 2 credit cards. And if you can, keep those balances on cards you've had at least 4 years or longer, because that 4-year time period is important of how long you've had that account. Third thing, avoid doing balance transfers to brand new credit cards, because that will drop your score, especially if you transfer a large balance near the credit limit on it. It can drop your score probably 30-40 points at least if you do that. Number 4 is what people don't realize is the credit card companies typically only report to the credit bureaus on your statement date. So if your statement shows a balance, that balance gets reported to the credit bureaus. And the goal is to keep that balance at less than 30% of your credit limit. So if your credit limit is $10,000, you want your balance at $3,000 or less. And sometimes what I've done in the past when I knew we were going to be buying or refinancing a home or rental property, I would basically prepay my credit cards so that the balance would be 0 on the statement date, or maybe just $100 on the statement date. 5th tip here is don't close credit cards. Always keep them open. Like last year for me, I had 1 credit card that, I think 2 of them actually, where I'd gotten notices that the accounts were going to close soon if we didn't use them. So I went and used them because I don't want them to be closed because it impacts my credit score and my wife's credit score as well. 6, make sure the data, especially the payment history of every account is correct. On your credit report, you got to go through it line item by line item with all 3 credit bureaus. So that's what you need to do. The last one is you always need to open your mail or email. What I have found is so many people have late payments with store credit cards. Number 1 that I see all the time is Kohl's. You went shopping at Kohl's and by the time you get the statement by mail or email, you've forgotten that you even went to Kohl's. So you don't open it. Well, they're telling you that you owe, say, $200. And if you don't make the payment on time, they'll definitely report you to the credit bureaus as 30 days late, and that can drop your score 100 points or more. So make sure to open your mail or email from any store credit cards you have or any other credit card you have so that you stay up on it and don't have late payments. So I hope you found these 7 tips really helpful. And please feel free to share my video with your family, friends, coworkers. And please go ahead and subscribe to my channel as well.